Good morning, students of class 10th. In the previous video, we have discussed that who was Napoleon Bonaparte and how he tried to extend the boundaries of France, right? And after that, how he failed because the Napoleonic Code was not accepted by many people and France also lose the war, right? Now, in today's video, we will study about conservatives, that who are conservatives, how were they formed, and what was their ideology. So the topic of today's video is conservatives, right? Let us discuss that. See, students, conservatives are basically the people who are having an ideology that the traditions and the cultural values of any place should remain intact with the people and should not be forgotten by them, right? So conservatives are the people who focuses on the fact that traditional values and and culture should not be forgotten by the people. This is the meaning of conservatives, and that was their ideology, right? They want to conserve their tradition, they want to conserve their nature, their culture, right? And now we are going to discuss that how the conservative groups were formed, right? And what were they basically? So see, we know that Napoleon was the leader of army who led the French armies to Austria, Persia, Italy, right, Holland, and they took over there. And he used to run his own code, which was also known as the Napoleonic Code or the Civil Code of 1804, right? But by the time of 1850, by the time of 1850, war went on, and by 1850, Napoleon was defeated. Napoleon was defeated. He lost the war. Right. It means that France lost the war. And what happened? The conservatives believed that it was important to preserve the traditional ways of culture and society. Right now, just what I said. While they wanted the benefit of the new reforms as shown by Napoleon, they felt that these could strengthen the traditional values like monarchy rather than breaking them totally. Means, I already told you in the previous video that some of the values of the Napoleonic Code, the administrative values and other values were of high degree, and the people also wanted to accept that, but they were also against some of the points that were written in the Napoleonic Code. And same was with conservatives. The conservatives also felt that the Napoleonic Code was good, and some of the points, the administrative reforms which were written in the Napoleonic Code was good, and the country should adopt it. Right. So the conservatives thought that the new reforms as shown by Napoleon were good, and they also felt that the traditional values should also take place, but those reforms can not break the monarchy totally. Right, there is written they felt these could strengthen traditional institutions like the monarchy rather than breaking them totally, because the conservatives thought that the values written in the Napoleonic Code were not made uh, to destroy the monarchy, rather it was to make the monarchy more strong again, right? They felt the decision making resting with one person could make the nation stronger. Abolition of feudalism and serfdom, along with a good economy, a balanced and efficient administration, and a strong army could strengthen the nation. Right? They thought that there should be rule by one person only, and that rule by one person can strengthen the army. Right? Now, that were the ideology of conservatives. Right? Now, let us talk about another treaty, that was Treaty of Vienna. Treaty of Vienna in 1815. It was basically a treaty that was held after Napoleon was defeated in the war. Was the only treaty which is considered that at this treaty Napoleon lost the war, the Treaty of Vienna. Right. It aimed at restating the situation after the expansionist wars of France were stalled and their army defeated. Right. They wanted that the situation that were before the expansion of France started, means when the war was started, before that they thought that now the conditions should remain as they were before the war started. Right. And the powers that had collectively defeated Napoleon, Britain, that Napoleon, those were Britain, Russia, Prussia, and Austria, decided to set up a string of states on the boundaries of France to prevent any French design of expansion in future. Right? See, Napoleon declared a war, right? And the countries on which it declared a war were Britain, Austria, Prussia, and Russia. Okay, so these were the countries on which Napoleon declared a war, and in 1815 he was defeated. So, in 1850 a treaty was made, a treaty was held, it was called as the Treaty of Vienna, in which Britain, Austria, Prussia and Russia, they decided that now near France there should be a string of nations that should check it, that now France is not making expansion techniques or expansion tactics again, so that the France could be kept in check. There is written they decided to set up a string of states on the boundaries of France to prevent any French designs of expansion in future, that in future France cannot again have a expansion design, so that they formed a string of states near France. In the Treaty of Vienna it was declared, right? And a status quo was maintained, means that the status that was before the war started was maintained again. The areas where Napoleon granted advantage were taken back from him, right? So there was a status quo that was maintained. The other intention was to restore the monarchies that had been overthrown by Napoleon and create a new conservative order in Europe. Right, and they also thought that Napoleon also overthrown some of the monarchies, like in the places of Austria, Prussia, Italy. It is said that he overthrew the monarchies, he took over those places. So when he overthrew those monarchies, the Treaty of Vienna also established that the monarchy should be reinstated, right? The monarchies which were thrown by him, these monarchies should be reinstated. Okay, so Britain, Austria, Russia, Prussia and Russia were the countries who stopped the further expansion of France through the Treaty of Vienna, and the monarchies which were overthrown by Napoleon were reinstated through the Treaty of Vienna in 1850. To the east, the German Confederation of 39 states set up by Napoleon was left untouched. The Kingdom of Netherlands, which included Belgium, was set up in north. Prussia was given important new territory on its west frontier, while Austria was given control of the northern Italy. Further east, Russia was given part of Poland. These were the parts that were given to different states, and it is not so important. The defeat of Napoleon led to the emergence of new regime in the era of forced domination on the society. Criticism and dissent against the regime was intolerable. In a way, they gagged the people. They did not allow freedom of speech and expression and forced censorship and control on the media. Fearing exile and jail, the liberal nationalists went into hiding. See what happened. When the Napoleon was defeated and the conservatives came into power, when they came into power, they forced their thinking upon the society, right? Because they thought that the traditional values and culture should be preserved, and they thought that monarchy should be instated again, right? And they were against the thoughts of Napoleon. I have already told you. So what they did, they emerged as dictators, right? Means after the Treaty of Vienna, the places where Britain, Austria, Prussia, and Russia were having their controls in the previous para, I already told you. So they were like dictators. What they did, they crushed the freedom of expression there. They crushed the freedom of expression. The freedom of expression in those areas was not allowed. Any person who used to criticize, who used to criticize the government, or even dissent, means they didn't agree with the thoughts of the government, were not tolerated, and they were either sent on exile or were sent into jail. It is written that defeat of Napoleon led to emergence of new regime in the area of forced domination on the society. These regimes were autocratic, right? They were like dictators, or we can say they were autocratic. And what they used to thought was that freedom of expression should not be allowed. It is also written that criticism and dissent against the regime was intolerable. They did not tolerate any type of criticism or dissent. Dissent means people, student, that they were not agreeing. If you're not agreeing to somebody, okay. So even criticism and even dissent, that not agreeing to with the policy of the state, was intolerable. In a way, they gagged the people. They did not allow freedom of speech and expression, and forced censorship and controls on media. Fearing exile and jail, the liberal nationalists went into hiding. So the people who were liberal nationalists after the activities of conservatives went into hiding. They feared those people. They hid under the under some places so that they cannot be they cannot be found by the government. Okay. So students, I hope you would have understood that what was the Treaty of Vienna and who were the conservatives, right? And in the next video we will study further about the nationalism in Europe, that how it took place, right? So we will meet in the next video. Till then, stay at your homes and stay safe. Thank you, students.